Okay, so last week we learned about how to tell if lines are parallel, perpendicular, or intersecting by looking at their slopes. So we know that parallel, if two lines are parallel, that means they have the same slope. So like the same number, so like 5 and 5, great. Those are the same slope, they would be parallel. Perpendicular is when you do the flip and switch. Flip and switch. So you're flipping the fraction and switching the sign. So if one of the slopes was, I don't know, 5/2, then the perpendicular slope, you would flip the numbers upside down. So 2 would be on the top, 5 would be on the bottom. If this fraction is positive, then this one would have to be negative. And so they would be perpendicular. If two lines are just intersecting, then that means there's no relationship between the numbers. So basically, if it's not the same number and it's not flip and switch, then that means it is intersecting. And so if we're given an equation of a line and asked if it's parallel, perpendicular, intersecting, you got to look at the slope only. The other numbers don't matter, you only care about the slope. So when we look at number 1 and it says, are the equations parallel, perpendicular, or neither, what number am I supposed to look at? Well, which number is the slope? It's always the number next to x. So in the first equation, I'm only looking at 4. And in the second equation, I'm only looking at -1/4, the slopes. So are these parallel, perpendicular, or neither? So I can tell, well, they're definitely not parallel because they're not exactly the same number. Are they flip and switch? Well, if I flipped 4, that would turn into 1/4. This one's positive, this one's negative. So yes, they are perpendicular. This is very ugly handwriting. Perpendicular because the slopes are flip and switch. Okay, we don't even look at the y-intercept, only look at the slope, because that's the only way that we know if they're parallel or perpendicular. All right, second one, same question. Are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Again, I am only looking at the slope, which is the number next to x. So the first one was 9/2, the second one was 9/2. Are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Well, these are exactly the same number, so that means they should be parallel. And how do I know they're parallel? Because they're the same number, the same slope. Okay, so that is all you're focusing on the slopes only. Do not look at these other numbers. So you can go ahead and start the quizzes.